Welcome to Choctaw Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A brief weather delay is behind us, and we're just minutes away from kickoff between North Texas SC and Real Monarchs. I'm Jack Edwards here with you in match week 11. These two sides meeting for the first time since August of 2023. Differing forms for both teams entering the match here today. For North Texas, it's been a great start to the season so far. Just one defeat through 9 matches, 4 wins, 4 draws. They've got 19 points up to this spot in the season. For Real Monarchs, a bit of a slower start to 2024. Just 2 wins, 6 defeats, and a draw through their first 9 matches. A slower one as Mark Lowry coming in the offseason, still finding their footing. They've liked the performances so far, but the points still a bit slow to come. We can look now at the standings entering into the match here today. Here in the West, in second place, North Texas SC enters the day joint top of the table with Ventura County, and sat in 13th place currently Real Monarchs on just 8 points entering the match today. A big discrepancy between the two sides, but still a lot of soccer to be played here in 2024 for Real Monarchs to drive up the Western Conference standings, and a chance today for North Texas to go top of the table outright ahead of Ventura County. Here are the lineups. First off for North Texas, they had a 2-1 win last weekend against Portland Timbers, and just 1 change is made by John Gall. Nick Mendonca comes out, Mads Westergrain comes in. It's a similar 3-4-3 shape we will see, but they're very fluid in how they move things around. A front 3 that is quite strong. Pedrinho, since coming in the offseason, has 2 goals and an assist. Tyrick Scott with 3 goals is a joint team lead in that regard. And Ennis Sally also with 2 goals so far this season. A strong front 3 to watch out for. And on the flip side for Real Monarchs, they'll be putting out a 4-4-2 shape, very similar in shape, but a few tweaks made. 4 changes from a 2-0 defeat at Ventura County last weekend. Between the sticks, Fernando Delgado comes out. Will Mackey comes back in for his 5th start of the season for the 16-year-old. Xavier Gozo, Damien Barker-John, and Darren Iskandarian also come back into the squad as they make 4 changes, 3 in the outfield after a 2-0 defeat last weekend. They had to play against the 2 sides that are currently joint top of the table last week and now here today on Friday. It was a short turnaround. Mark Lowry and his side said there was immediate disappointment after a 2-0 defeat. They allowed just 1 shot on target. That shot was saved. The 2 goals they conceded were both own goals. A frustrating defeat that didn't go their way. It was a quick turnaround, and eyes now for another trip, this one to the Lone Star State against another very strong side. Just 12 goals scored this season for North Texas, but they've conceded just 7. That's the best mark defensively in all of MLS Next Pro. They've been incredibly difficult to break down. And of those 7 goals, 4 of them have come from set pieces. So from open play through 9 games, they've allowed just 3 goals. Very, very staunch defensive unit being put together by John Gall. The 2 teams are taking the field now here today. On the left side of your screen, visitors, Real Monarchs, wearing their white tops, black bottoms. For North Texas, they'll be in a kit with a splash of red and blue on the top and the blue shorts. They'll be heading from right to left. And these sides met back last time out in August of 2023, finishing a 1-1 draw after a 93rd minute goal by Elijah Paul equalized things. Went to a shootout. Real Monarchs won when these sides last met here in North Texas. It was a 1-0 win for Real Monarchs. So the 2 matches last year, both heading the way of Real Monarchs. And we'll see what today's match has in store for us. Upper 70s, weather delay behind us, some storms in the area, but still a good crowd. We expect a good showing between these 2 sides. It's Lorenzo Hernandez, our head official today, barking out his final instructions. Both teams are ready. Our first whistle has gone, and we're underway. First possession for North Texas. They'll be heading from right to left across your screen. Real Monarchs from left to right. Jack Edwards with you after a short weather delay, pushing kickoff back about 10 minutes from the intended start time. Kind of going here at about 8:13 local time. Some early pressure put in on Molina. It's taken over by Real Monarchs. Well-threaded pass. Early opportunity here at the end line is blocked away. Good defensive work put in by Westergrain to block the ball in by Damian Barker-John. And it results in a corner kick within a minute. Mentioned that number at the start of the match. 7 goals conceded for North Texas, 4 of them from set pieces. Not alarming number of set piece goals, but more than half of them that have conceded this year have been from set pieces. We'll see what they can draw up here. They go short. Top of the box, the pass a little heavy, an important sliding intervention put in. Curled in, and it can be claimed. Michael Collodi catches that one in his chest, making his 10th start of the season. Plano, Texas native. He's been a big contributor since coming in the offseason. Had a good college career at Columbia. 58 appearances, 9 shutouts. Second team All-Ivy League in 2023. He started all 10 matches so far this season. As Parker tugged down. First foul of our match. Heads the way of North Texas. Two teams that play very contrasting styles. Talking to Mark Lowry ahead of this one. His side, patient in the build-up, really methodical, trying to work their opportunities and build their chances. North Texas can be very dynamic. They have an early set piece here. Pedrinho stands it up. It's headed down and out of play. The free kick opportunity goes. The corner kick opportunity comes here now. Both teams at the corner within 5 minutes. Coming together of heads, and Lorenzo Hernandez, our head official, wants some attention to be given to Keliscan. We'll hold up the delivery of this corner kick. Keliscan making his 9th start of the season, playing in that midfield pivot. Telling Keliscan that he does need to come out due to the collision of heads. So they're down a man for the defensive end of this set piece, Real Monarchs are. And after the delay, Garcia can deliver. Curled right into the 6-yard box. It goes through, not fully gone. The shot blocked, important intervention, and it spins out, another corner kick to come. You can see Keliscan coming back in on the bottom of your screen. Another look at this one. Curled in by Garcia, not fully dealt with by Mackey. In the end, sat up Pedrinho, his shot, trying to get it through a sea of white jerseys. It's blocked. Corner put into the box. We'll do it again. 3 corners within 5 minutes for North Texas. This one will go short. Slid right back to Pedrinho. He stands this one up into the box. Good header away. Westergrain puts it back in. Offside flag will go up. May have been a foul had he not been offside, but Deca was in an offside position when that was put in by Westergrain. So the Monarchs survive that spell of pressure, dealing with the set piece threat of North Texas, but they turn the ball over here. It's Garcia. Pedrinho carrying this one through a few into the box. Can't quite get past the third opponent. Tackle put in by Farnsworth. Long one over the top. One to chase and show off some speed, and it's a one-on-one chance here. Gozo on the right, and it's just wide. A great, great chance to try and open the scoring. He doesn't test the keeper. Xavier Gozo He'll want that one back. Showed his strength, holding off Nico Gordon. Lodi doing just about enough to seal off enough of the goal. And Gozo tried for that near post. A tough angle with the right foot to try and sneak it in. And it ended up just wide. So both teams with some good opportunities early on in this match. Pedrinho's shot not quite cleared off the line, but a potentially goal-saving block. Right there, the one-on-one from Gozo, putting it just wide. They played through that initial bout of pressure. It's moved out. Humphrey. Pedrinho can't get a foot on it. Over the top goes the target, but the pass by Barker John blocked. Sally. Barker John, his pass blocked. Iskandarian sliding one forward. Humphrey comes across, gets a good foot in. He trusted that it last touched his opponent, and it goes out for the goal kick. Kind of touched a bit on the contrasting styles, but got sidetracked by the end-to-end action. But Mark Lowry hoping that his side can display the kind of composure and methodical nature they want to instill upon the rest of their attacking build-up into the final third. Deal with that defensive threat from North Texas, and we'll see the build-up from the back coming here. Versus North Texas, we've seen it at times so far, just trying to drive the ball forward quickly. Mark Lowry saying it's going to be a test of who can impose their will on the opposing team better, and that no matter what the opposition does, just staying content and focused their game is going to be the important factor in who has the most joy in the match today. Parker. He tosses it in. Ondeka. His pass taken away though. Gozo. John, he's one-on-one. He's forced back. He'll play this one centrally. Pedrinho may have had some interest, but it was well chested down by the captain. Good ball over the top. Flag will stay down. Played low. Gozo can't quite get there, but it does. The second ball fall for Real Monarchs into the box. Some tidy footwork. Humphrey stands tall. It's cleared, and in the end, anywhere will do. It's Nico Gordon who powers that one upfield. Real Monarchs getting the ball into the opposing 18 with some success right now. That delivery easy for Colodi to claim. For Real Monarchs, circle point for them so far has been the effectiveness in the final third. Zena Sally moves it on to the right foot, but it has it taken off him, blocked out for the throw-in. They've put just 33% of their shots that they've taken on frame. That's second worst in the league, and of their shots, just 6.5% of them end up in goals. That is the worst mark in the league, so they've had good chances. They've had good possession marks, one of the best in the league, but their ability to put their shots on frame and in the back of the net has been among the bottom of the league through 9 matches. Of course, a lot of time for that number to be improved upon. North Texas, they're not radically further up the table in either of those numbers, but further up the table in second place versus 13th due to their defensive strength they've shown so far this season. Good footwork shown. Powerful dribbling. Parker moves it out wide now. And it's Scott, but the flag had gone up. Tyreek Scott was just offside when that one was played in by Parker. Scan. Switch just too strong. It's going to be a North Texas throw-in. North Texas off the back of a 2-1 win. That one was a bounce back from their first defeat of the season, just about 2 weeks ago now at the Town. It was a 1-0 defeat. Something that John Gall said was a learning moment, able to instill some principles and some thoughts he had had on earlier matches. Referenced a match against Colorado Rapids back in the middle of April. It was a 2-0 win on the road, but there were some good chances for the opposing side in Colorado. But you can't quite nitpick like that after a win. But after the defeat, they were able to work on some things, correct defensively and on the attacking end. They bounced back with a win last weekend as they turn it over. Some good strength being shown. It's threaded through. Flag will go up though. But Colodi showed some good instincts to get off his line and fall on that one. He fires out a great pass to Parker. He can thread one through, but just can't quite go through the legs of Sally. So what he was trying to do, let that one run through him and run onto it. Nearly a very direct move to get over the top for North Texas with just 2 passes from goalkeeper to left wing back to left winger. Dylan. Storley. Nico Gordon will signal for Colodi to come up and claim. Mentioned Colodi's career at Columbia University. Played there from 2019 to 2023. He still was involved with the North Texas and FC Dallas system. He was an academy player from 2015 to 2019. And although he never worked in the under 19 level with John Gall when he took over in that department in 2020, he did train with them, the U19s at FC Dallas, while he was at Columbia. Able to stay involved, and after his college career wrapped up, he was a no-brainer acquisition, and he's come in and, according to John Gall, exceeded even their expectations. After a good college career, he's come in and really raised the bar himself. Here's Barker John, surrounded by sea of blue and red jerseys. And it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for his side. It's a big contrast between the sticks for these two sides. Real Monarchs have used 4 different players. Just the one in Colodi. It's been a very consistent goalkeeping presence. It's played through. Flag will go up. It's offsides. Xavier Gozo has towed that line all throughout our first 15 minutes. He got in one-on-one within the first few moments of the match, putting a shot just wide. He's that kind of forward that is going to try and always ask questions of the back line. In that instance, the answer was offsides. Sally's pass, a bit heavy, but a good strong challenge put in by Nico Gordon, the captain, stepping into the midfield. Makes an important intervention. Now it's Pedrinho. He's going to try and find Scott. Scott gets a foot in, but it's going to go all the way back to Will Mackey. Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Bit of an open first 15 minutes of our match here today. Some decent looks for both teams in the first few moments. Just the one shot for both teams, but the quality of the 2 shots Both very strong in terms of their opportunity to throw in for Real Monarchs. Iskandarian. Omar Alba. Storley. Both put under some pressure. Gozo. Inviting the press, but the pass just too heavy there. Second ball, though, is won. You can see the intentional nature. They're trying to bait in the press and play through it. It's a nice 1-2 in the center of the park. And they've got some numbers driving forward. Real Monarchs, a few to the left and the right, but the pass just not quite the right choice there. Kaliskan maybe just waiting a moment too long to slide that one out to the left. But they broke through the first line of press. Now North Texas. Pass there from Parker intercepted by Farnsworth. You can see the clash in styles. North Texas win the ball back. They fire it forward immediately, try and get forward with some direct passing and dribbling. Whereas Real Monarchs trying to play through very patiently. There are the risks, like that right there, turned over. Sally gets onto it. Driving this one forward. He's into the 18 now, trying to keep it in play. It's blocked. Kept in touch. And it's played back. Farnsworth. Good turn. Pass threaded through. Flag will go up against Damian Barker-John. Making his 9th appearance, 7th start. It's being drafted 37th in Super Draft this past December. Pedrinho, his first touch, bounces it back to Garcia. Molina, Garcia. Pedrinho drops off to receive it. Pedrinho very fluid, sometimes on the right-hand side of that front three. Sometimes dropping in to be just beneath 2 forwards. It's a good tackle put in by Barker-John. There's 3 in the attack, 3 in the defense. It's put through. The flag will go up, though, against Gozo. This time around, he puts it in the back of the net, but he was just offside. Yet again, Xavier Gozo just offsides, trying to get it behind there. Not quite able to hold his run in time. Always difficult to try and sneak that one over the top. The pass there by Collodi, a bit off, and it's turned over again. 20 minutes into the match here. Still just the 1 shot apiece for the 2 teams that they had within the first 5 minutes, but it really feels like the match is open enough where it's just 1 moment away from breaking wide open. flicked over the top. Zarkani may have thought that he was offsides had it gotten all the way to him. It would have been marginal, but again, they've towed that line a lot. The opening moments of the match. Parker John steps onto this one, trying to drive it into the box. It's a good challenge put in by Gordon. It's played through now. Here's Parker. Press has been quite successful at times for both teams. Both sides trying to build out from the back. Has its advantages, has its risks. Both teams have nearly benefited from their tenaciousness, trying to win it back. A 5-2-3 shape right now. See Westergrain stepping into the midfield though. Both teams very fluid tactically right now. Parker John. It's interesting to see how committed the central midfielders for North Texas are in joining the press, making it almost a front five that presses. Some of the center backs for North Texas stepping into the midfield to almost fill in as a pseudo defensive midfielder. It's the 4-4-2 shape for Real Monarchs. So foul is called. Referee will pull it back and have it taken from the spot where the foul took place. With the 4-4-2, it typically means trying to seal off the angles to the front two players and trying to step up and maybe help to deal with any numerical disadvantages in the midfield as they try and be played through. It's well threaded. Sally, his touch slightly heavy. Good turn by Gozo. He's facing up the defense now. Driving past Gordon. He is knocked down and fouled. And that will be a yellow card, the first of our match. Nico Gordon, judged to have impeded the run of Xavier Gozo. You see there, definitely not a ton that Gordon could do, but clearly stopping a decent attacking look for Real Monarchs. The captain in the heart of the defense has to walk the tightrope of having a yellow card. This free kick is in a promising position, probably just outside of shooting range. The wall mostly comprised right now of Real Monarchs players. Trying to make life difficult for Michael Collodi. Parker John right into the box. Trying to generate an angle. It was slid through. On the stretch was Keller Storley, but it was just too far ahead for him to try and get a foot to it. Clearly a training ground routine. That was interesting to see kind of that midfield, that wall that they had developed. It was the wide open player right in the middle. A unique set piece for sure. And it caused a bit of chaos. No shot on frame. If you call that a shot off target, that would be the second shot of the match for Real Monarchs. Pedrinho gets a foot to it. That one's going to bounce kindly for Scott. A foot race. Scott on to the left foot. It's a brilliant sliding challenge coming across. Zach Farnsworth. It bounced very kindly for North Texas, and Scott was in one-on-one. He had the beating of Storley with pace. But Zach Farnsworth on the support, sprinting in, diving in, and he makes the stop. It does come to a corner kick. Referee wants a quick word in the box. Pause Pedrinho's delivery. Pedrinho doesn't beat the first man, but it sits up top of the box, and Garcia gets under it and goes over the bar. Hard to fault Diego Garcia for having a crack right there, but he got under his shot and he goes off target. This portion of the match is brought to you by Children's Health, the official healthcare partner of FC Dallas and North Texas FC. Keller Storley. Maybe not the intended target, but it almost comes off. Humphrey gets a foot in. Now Molina. Now Parker. Some room to run into. Pedrinho gives it back to him. Scott holds his run, allows Parker to go forward. A lot of work trying to keep it in play. He fires it across. He takes a big looping deflection, and it's caught by Mackey. Maybe just heart and mouth moment there for Keller Storley. Off of a match last time out where he was one of the two players who had an own goal for Real Monarchs. That's a great ball played forward. They've opened them up on the attack. Slid through. Gozo trying to go wide of Collodi, but the flag went up again. He did look like he was just about offside. Xavier Gozo again involved in the attack, but for a negative reason, just offsides. Header. It's a bit dangerous, but it does come off in the end. Alba plays it back. Clipped forward. Again, Real Monarchs opening up North Texas. What can they try and pull off here? It's held up. Gozo stays on side. Trying to get a shot off, it's blocked, and it's scraped away in the end. Kaliskan is involved in things, played it into Gozo. Texas back set defensively now, but Real Monarchs showing some great ability in their build-up to get through the lines of pressure. They just haven't been able to retain their composure and get something on goal. Played through again. Trying to push it out wide for Barker John. It's a tackle put in. And it's a good tackle put in. It clears it off Barker John. And it goes out for the goal kick. Good work done by Isaiah Parker. Parker, the third overall pick in 2022 out of St. Louis. Appearance so far this season for North Texas. He's been a bright spot in that left wing back role. Humphrey back to Gordon, who is again our only player booked through the first 30 minutes of the match. Cleared off Sally, so it's going to be a throw in now for Real Monarchs. Throw in. Real Monarchs. Great ball. Now Monarchs. About 5 in the attack. It's threaded through. Crossed into the box. Past Gozo. Couldn't quite get there. Barker John on the press. Trying to make life difficult for Parker. In the end, knocks him down. It's a free kick for the hosts. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare. Hydration for today, tomorrow, every day. Collodi clips it forward. Pedrino gets ahead to it. Sally brings it down. Heavy touch from Barker John. Humphrey. Here's Westergrain. Here's Scott. Plays it off. Deca. Now Humphrey. Wants the run to be made by Molina. He did, but it's a good tackle. Coming across to get a clearance in from Farnsworth. Center back ranging over to his left-hand side, gets a foot in. Kept in play, Molina. Trying to find Scott. It's going to be a foul going against Real Monarchs. North Texas free kick. Aiden Hetzarkani with the slight tug of his opponent. Parker, the last one to touch it. It's a throw in for Real Monarchs. Garcia earns the throw in. Has tightened up a little bit after a bit of an open and frenetic first 20-25 minutes. Nodded on. Sally gets there on the turn, plays it across. Deca trying to squeeze it through. Pedrino trying to keep his feet around it, and it's brilliant. Crafty. Pedrino, his third of the season, and that one is genius. How did he do it? He keeps himself onside, just stays with it, and it bounces up, and he uses it to chip it right over the head of Will Mackey. Fantastic from Pedrinho. His third, and it blows the match wide open. It's 1-0. He scored on his debut from the penalty spot at Colorado. He had a slow start to things. After coming in the offseason, had a bit of some injury troubles that kept him out of the first 4 games of the season. He's playing his 6th match though now. His 5th consecutive start. He scored last weekend in the 34th minute. He scores this weekend, the 36th. So back-to-back goals for Pedrinho. That one came out of virtually nothing. The commentator's curse mentioned the match had tightened up a little bit, but North Texas showing the kind of composure they have shown at important times so far this season. Maybe Real Monarchs could have converted one of their breaks forward into a goal. They stood tall defensively. They bent, they didn't break. It's 1-0. Real Monarchs on the attack again. Gozo leaves it. Westergrain puts it forward. Pedrinho trying the most ambitious of passes. I think Sally might be a little frustrated that he didn't try a more composed option. It's hard to blame Pedrinho there. You're coming off the goal. It sits up kindly for Rabona. That one's an awkward one for Mackey to deal with. He does control it, but he plays it right to Garcia. Offside flag goes up. Pedrinho was in an offside position when it was played to him, and I think he puts an apologetic hand up to Sally, who was saying just kick it with your left foot normally, because he was potentially going to be in over the top. Played through, and I think Barker John just checked his run right as the pass was played. Miscommunication there between him and Het Sarkani. Molina to chase. It's too heavy. It's a throw in. This has been the story of the season so far for Real Monarchs. Have some good moments in the attack, maybe just lacking the composure in the final third to finish off chances. Allow teams to stay in games at 0-0 and things can slip away from you. I mentioned it earlier, but just the absurd stat line of last weekend, conceding 1 shot on target that was saved and still losing the match 2-0 after 2 own goals. One from Keller Storley, the other from Omar Alba. Shot from distance, and it squeezes through. They all count the exact same. A speculative effort pays off. How about that? Let's see it again. This one quite literally out of nothing. It just bounces right through the hands and the leg of Michael Collodi. It's Darren Eskandarian. And it's his first of the season. His first since July of 2023. And that brings us back even. Both goals kind of similar in their absurdity. Pedrinho, a clever flick. The effort from distance. Darren Eskandarian just puts it on frame. They find the goal. Somebody once said tackles put in there, played through with the pass just too heavy, and it's a foul. Tomas Pondeca getting stuck in there to earn the foul. North Texas trying to retake their lead. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's going to be the motto at halftime for Real Monarchs. They just tried one from distance, and it found the back of the net. Real Monarchs had a quick response to the goal they conceded. What can North Texas do here? Pedrinho curls it into the box. Scott got ahead to it, but it was an important intervention up front. That did get the last touch, so it's going to be a corner kick now. Tyreek Scott diving in to try and put his head on it. Curled into the box. It goes over the goal. Will Mackey holding on to the crossbar to see it over. But in the end, it curls out of play. It's a goal kick. Foul from behind by Scott, impeding the run of Iskandarian. Monarchs inviting the pressure. Mackey playing that one upfield. Gordon gets to it. A bit of a heavier touch. That one slipped away. Now Gozo. It's 3-on-3. Xavier Gozo using his speed into the box. Westergrain seals him off. And he will actually be fouled in the process. He's animated like he just scored a goal. He may have saved one. Xavier Gozo appealing his case, with the referee ruling that he pulled down Westergrain, and it results in the free kick. North Texas get us back underway. Lodi, Westergrain. Played through again. The flag will go up again. Much to Gozo's frustration. Flag going up. His frustration boiling over. He'll get a quick talking to with Lorenzo Hernandez. 2 minutes at a time at the end of our first 45 minutes. And if you're just joining us, a Pedrinho goal canceled out by a long-distance effort from Darren Iskandarian. Makes things 1-1 at this point after about a 10-minute weather delay to get the match underway. Just some storms in the area. Hoping that we're past those. Westergrain. Bondeca. What a challenge put in by Barker John. Stops the dribble forward, concedes the throw in. advances past two, powers forward, pokes it out wide. Both Humphrey and Molina go for it. Molina brings it more centrally. Humphrey holds his position out wide. Here's Garcia. Westergrain, final 30 seconds of our first half. We'll see if North Texas can try and generate one last chance, try and separate things at the break. Was that a foul from behind? It was. Bit sloppy from Griffin Dillon, and it offers a chance for North Texas to put one last ball into the box and try and open the match up again and retake their lead. Garcia steps off of it. Pedrinho curls it into the box, headed down. Sally thought about a first-time effort. We'll try and dribble it forward. It's blocked, and that will do it for our first 45 minutes. In unorthodox circumstances, both sides with a goal. A crafty chip from Pedrinho and a speculative strike from Darren Iskandarian. See the sides currently. Our score at the half, it's North Texas 1, Real Monarchs 1. Coming up, Michelle visits the coach's corner when we come back after a short break.
Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Huerta al frente. Servicio. El tiro. It's saved by Carlos Corner. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área. Le pega. Golazo. Parte externa, va a definir Chicho.
Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium. Our halftime score, it's currently North Texas SC with 1 and Real Monarchs with 1 goal as well. We'll see if there's anything to separate the two sides in our second 45 minutes. Well, Michelle Montaigne had a chat with Philadelphia Union 2 manager Marlon LeBlanc on their rise to the top of the East table. Here is our latest Coach's Corner.
What's up, guys? We're coming to you from the city of brotherly love with one of the coaches that we love, Marlon LeBlanc, the head coach of Philadelphia Union 2. Coach, thank you for sitting down with us.
Great to see you, Michelle. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages, so it's great to catch up.
Which I'm sure you're grateful for. Coach, every year you guys find yourselves in the postseason. Early this season, you're once again at the top of the standings. In your mind, which is harder, getting to the top or staying there?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd like to select all of the above if I can. It's, it's a little bit of both, you know. Getting there and achieving what we've achieved so far with this young group has been absolutely, really just fantastic in every sense of the word. And for us to be able to repeat success over the first couple of years in MLS Next Pro and make the playoffs and to be where we are right now and doing what we're doing right now here in year 3 is exceptional. It really is truly a testament to the kids and the effort of the players and our young group and our staff that you know, probably don't get as much credit as they deserve. And I think as the figurehead of this group, I probably get more than I deserve. But it's been a really great collective effort from everybody. And you know, we take our lead from our first team. They've been the best team in MLS over the last 5 years or so, and we like to think that the organization, the model of what we have in place really leads to success across all of them.
As one of the few coaches who's been with the league since its inception in 2022, how have you seen it evolve over these last 3 seasons?
Yeah, it's exceptional, really, right? Just seeing the successes of the young players and coaches that have come through MLS Next Pro, and you're seeing some of the young guys that have come through and scoring Champions League goals. You're seeing guys scoring game winners in MLS. You're seeing coaches now leading first teams in Montreal. It's remarkable how this league has elevated players into the first division and coaches. Obviously, the league has grown quite a bit, and we know that on the surface. It's gone from 24 teams to 29 and continuing to grow. We've seen young players make it to the first team, coaches make their way through, but the level has gotten better too. The competition has been fantastic, and we've been one of the few teams that have been consistent across it, but you're seeing new teams get better really quick. I think this league's objective was to have this platform for young players and coaches to develop and to get better, and without a doubt, you're seeing that happen, and you're seeing it happen at a really high level in Next Pro. The competition, the preparation, the professionalism, the you know, even the broadcasting with Apple now has kind of elevated this league to a whole new status. So it's been impressive.
Yeah, you guys have been one of the kind of pillars of that exact succession. As you think about the pipeline, the established academy that you guys have, what do you feel like is really the root of the success in getting these guys up to the first team and having them have success once they get there? Yeah,
I mean, I think first and foremost, obviously the continuity. We have a playing style that's distinct. We have a style of play that is taught at the academy that goes to the second team and ultimately is driven by our first team. And it allows us to be able to have these players go up and down, back and forth, and really never miss a beat. But I also think the fact that, and it's really understated, is that all of our teams live in one place. We're all in Chester, Pennsylvania, right next to the stadium. So the academy, the second team, the first team all train at the same facility. We benefit from our school being here as well. And so we have this process and this methodology that kind of, it goes right through in and out of our club. And I think it puts us in a really unique advantage that we're all literally at the same place at the same time every single day, seeing each other. Jim's working with our 17s. I'm bringing some of the kids in, first team and younger players coming through. It really is an incredible environment to be able to be a young professional in.
What is the approach with these young guys who have such high expectations put upon them?
Yeah, it's a really holistic approach. You know, the high expectations are for literally every kid that comes into this academy, and I don't know if that's necessarily driven by us versus what we've built here over the last 10 plus 15 years. This academy has become a world-renowned name in player development, not just for our first team, but around the world, and players going off into Europe. And so each one of these young players, Kevin Sullivan, David Vasquez, CJ Olney, Andrew Rick, all of these young guys have these massive ambitions for themselves, which it's our job to support and to try and help them reach those lofty goals that they've set for themselves. Our role and our objective is to provide them a platform and an environment where they can achieve everything that they want to achieve as young players. And I think they all see themselves as the next Brendan Aronson or Paxton Aronson or Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty, whoever it is that's come through this club that's gone on to great success. They all want that too. And we'll just continue to cultivate and foster an environment that allows them to be the best that they can possibly be. And I think we will do a really, really good job here in our academy and in our second team of providing that opportunity for them.
Yeah, being in a role where you get to have so much influence at the pivotal times in their development, what is maybe your favorite part about your current job?
Yeah, my favorite part is not qualifying for the playoffs or winning, a big game. My favorite part's getting to stand there with David Vasquez and hold his shirt with him and take a picture with him, and seeing the smile on his face that he's made it to the first team. And the same with Kevin and Andy Rick and all these guys who have come through. And like I said, the Aronsons before, Quinn Sullivan before his younger brother Kevin, and McGlynn and Harriel. That for me has been the most rewarding part of this whole experience, is being a part of their journey, and just being there to help them help them get to where they want to get to. And look, people will forget who last year's MLS Next Pro champion was, and they'll forget who this year's will be, and they'll forget me along the way. But for a brief moment in their journey, I get to be a part of it, and that in itself for me is the reward that is going to last much longer than any wins or losses will.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's forgetting you anytime soon, Coach, but thank you so much for all of the time today.
Thanks, Rochelle. Great seeing you.
Dale pues, mamá ya, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Huerta. Al frente. Servicio. El tiro. It's saved by Carlos Corner. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área. Le pega. Golazo. Externa, va a definir Chicho.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. Cream on cream? The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
Moments away from the return to action between North Texas and Real Monarchs. Current score at the half, it's North Texas with 1, Real Monarchs with 1 as well. I'm Jack Edwards, delighted to be here with you on this Friday night MLS Next Pro action. We can look at our first half highlights and see how we've gotten to this point. It was an interesting start to the match. Open for both teams, opportunities as the match really didn't kind of take a little while to set into a bit of flow. Early on, there were some great chances. This one's going to sit up kindly for Pedrinho. He's going to fire this one through a sea of bodies, and somehow it's blocked. That one just a few moments into the match. This just moments later, long ball over the top, speculative, but it gets all the way through for Xavier Gozo. He's one-on-one, goes for the near post, and he finds the side netting. Doesn't put that one away. This would be the opening goal of the match. Just played through. Pedrinho finds his way in and just very clever cleverly lifts that one over Will Mackey. It bounced up kindly for him, and he took full advantage. A crafty finish from the forward made things 1-0 in the 36th minute. Now 40th minute action here. Just from distance, Darren Eskandarian is going to try one, and it gets through Michael Collodi. A moment he'll want back, a quick embrace between him and Mads Westergren. But it was a speculative effort that paid off, and it makes things at the half 1-1 for both sides. Shots pretty even, 5-5. Possession very even as well. Just slightly more possession for Real Monarchs, 51 to 48% possession. In terms of shots on target, both teams with 4 of those. We can look at our schedule as well. Some Friday action here tonight, getting the MLS Next Pro weekend underway. Starting all the way back on Wednesday. On Saturday, we got the one match between Chattanooga and Atlanta United 2, and then an absolutely loaded Sunday slate. Starts with New England Revolution 2 taking on New York City FC 2, who just wrapped up a great U.S. Open Cup run all the way to the round of 16. Rounds things out with Colorado Rapids 2 taking on Minnesota United FC 2 as well. Some important games all up and down the country here on that Sunday to watch out for, as these two teams try and just continue to improve on their point tally so far this season. For North Texas, trying to get another win, make it 5 wins through the first 10 matches. Real Monarchs trying to end 3 matches without a point. Defeats to LAFC 2, Houston Dynamo 2, and Ventura County on the road last time out. Means they have had to wait since the end of April against Whitecaps 2 for their last win. It's hard to tell who would have enjoyed that first 45 minutes and the performance more between the two coaches, John Gall for North Texas or Mark Lowry for Real Monarchs. There were positives for both teams. I think for Real Monarchs, they played through the press at times absolutely brilliantly. The patience and composure they showed paid off at numerous points, but they were only able to create the one goal, and it came from rather fortuitous circumstances. Just that long distance from Darren Eskandarian. I think if you have that shot 99 times over, again, Michael Collodi might make that save 99 more times. It found the back of the net, though, and it has things as it stands, 1-1. All to play for the two sides. In the white kits, heading from right to left, are Real Monarchs, and in the blue kits with a splash of red are North Texas. They're heading from left to right. Early header as it's brought down by North Texas, and they can try and push it forward for the first time in the second half. Pedrinho gives it back to Sally. Big challenge put in, and it will be a foul. Much to the frustrations of Keller Storley. Lorenzo Hernandez is going to want another quick word. An early verdict laid down by the referee. We'll see if any extra action is brought about for the complaints from Storley. But the captain's let off with just a warning and an explanation of why Hernandez came to that decision. You saw the idea, trying to pick out the run of Molina over the top. It was a clever pass. His back facing forward. Just couldn't quite pull it off. Gordon played it off. Pedrinho, his pass just off. Gozo. Foul from behind by Nico Gordon. Both Nico Gordon and Tomas Pondeca have been booked to this point in the match. Those are the lone 2 yellow cards for either side, both of them for the North Texas men. Bit of strength shown on the dribble. Good challenge put in, and it will be a foul. Aiden Hetsarkani trying to track that one back down. Very small tactical tweak. We'll see if it persists for North Texas. Looks like Humphrey and Gordon have flip-flopped. Gordon moved out to be the right center back, and in the center of defense now will be Turner Humphrey as Mackey plays that pass forward. And you can see in that almost right winger, right midfield position is Malachi Molina, trying to get him more involved in things. He's pushed up into a much more advanced position as it's more so a 4-4-2 shape. Pass doesn't quite find the intended target. It hit the feet of Gordon quickly, and his touch gave it back to Real Monarchs. Dillon pays it off. Barker John commits the foul. Referee took a moment to think about it. Whistles for the foul, and it's a free kick now for North Texas. Just to circle back on that tweak for North Texas, if it pushes Gordon out wide, maybe puts him less in the line of fire for challenges. He's on a yellow card, but also potentially can hold a wider position and build up better, as you see Humphrey in the center of defense, allowing Molina to push up as Gordon almost offers himself as a right back. Sali driving it forward. His delivery is blocked. That's a corner kick. First of the half for either side, and Pedrinho, the goal scorer for North Texas, will go over to take. Five in the box, North Texas. North Texas making a sub before this corner kick can be taken. Daniel Barron coming into the match. Coming out, and it's Sally. Curled into the box, headed away. Colodi plays it forward. It's back for Mackey. He has to be careful under the press, and he plays it forward before Molina can get a foot in. Curled into the box. Flag goes up. Tommy Silva was offsides when he pushed his run forward. Garcia, drop of the shoulder, inviting a lot of pressure. He was fouled in the end. Trying to dance through almost 4 white jerseys. It sits up, Pedrinho. Scott lines one up and he buries it, and they retake the lead. Slid through by Pedrinho, and Tyrek Scott made no mistake about it. His 4th of the season. It's a powerful effort. North Texas leads again. It's 2-1. Just getting it onto the right foot. Mackey got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. Tyrek Scott Team leading 4 goals. Came back at the beginning of this season for his return. His first start at the beginning of the year since September of 2022. Missed all of 2023 after ACL and LCL reconstruction surgery after a preseason injury. He's come back, picked up where he left off. The 19-year-old. He's got 4 goals now in 9 matches so far this season, and that one a testament to his quality. Very much on the peripheral of the match up to that point, but he got his opportunity and he made no mistake about it. Real Monarchs, how can they respond this time? It took them 4 minutes to find the equalizer when they conceded in the first half. And the attacking third again. Garcia takes over. He can dribble forward. His touch slightly heavy, but he continues to power it along. Alba makes himself involved, and he puts a foot in and forces Garcia to lose his dribble. It's a throw in taken by Alba. Behind Silva. The flag went up anyways, would have been offsides. High foot from Pedrinho is whistled as a foul. Goal and an assist for the number 10. Molina. Clever flick. Gets to the end line, fires it across goal. Scott gets there, can't quite get a shot off, but it is going to be a foul. Advantage was played after the delivery was put in. Referee whistles for a free kick right at the end line. Looks to have been Zach Farnsworth who was booked for the challenge. Let's see it again. Farnsworth coming in, and very late on the challenge, referee spotted it, and after there was no advantage to be played in the box anymore, Farnsworth receives the yellow, and the foul is given. It's an interesting angle to take for this free kick. It's right on the edge of the 18-yard box, almost a closer corner kick. You can't really get it up and over the wall to any real success, so we'll see what North Texas draws up here as Pedrinho goes off of it. Left foot of Diego Garcia will try and cause some trouble for Real Monarchs defense. Garcia, 4 in the 6-yard box, fires it across. And they get something to it. May have been a fist from Mackey, may have been a head from a defender, but it's enough and it's cleared away. It sits up. Garcia thought about the shot on the left foot, but he opts to keep possession. Parker drives it into the box. It's cleared away. They want a handball. Would have been a little harsh on first viewing, but it's put out of play. Now it's a corner kick again to be taken by North Texas, and again from Pedrinho. It's always an obvious statement, but the next goal in this match, absolutely vital. Real Monarchs have had some joy on the counter and breaking down North Texas, but they find themselves down. Pedrinho had the short option of Garcia, but he'll back his way into the 18. Pedrinho curled in. It's flicked along. Humphrey won't touch it. It's a throw in for his side. Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Texas going places to the top of the table if the current result holds as is. Points from 10 games would be an incredible outlay to start the full-time reign of John Gall. He was the interim head coach, appointed in July of 2023. Was named the official head coach, had the interim removed from the title in November of last year. Through 10 games, it's been a strong start. The side of the defense now. The right foot now, played across, takes a big looping deflection from Gozo. He brings it down, well done. That one just too heavy for Silva. Had to try and keep himself onside and also be a threat. Ball slipped in, but just too heavy, and it's a goal kick. Back by Real Monarchs. And some good dribbling work from Iskandarian. It'll bounce kindly. On the left foot, the shot from distance. It's saved. Aiden Hensarkani. Ended up firing that one right into the chest of Michael Collodi. Uses the right hand to fire that one forward. The dummy from Pedrinho. Garcia pushes it out wide for Molina. Pedrinho makes himself an option. Molina uses his speed. He'll check it up. Curl one towards goal. It's a good stooping header to block it from Farnsworth. Iskandarian plays it centrally. Tracking back, a very good challenge put in. The referee will let play continue. Barin playing that one out wide. Scott now. Goes down into the challenge, gets back to his feet, dancing through, and he tried to cut that one back, but no one there to attack. Garcia trying to come across, puts the body into his opponent, knocks Silva over and able to win it back for North Texas. Gordon shows some strength as well. Deca similarly, just winning these 50-50 challenges North Texas are. It results in them keeping possession. Molina. Deca trying to slide his way through, but a challenge put in. Keliscan knocks out of play. Molina. Pedrinho. Garcia. Parker trying to use his speed, but it's sealed off by Barker John. He's going to fire the pass forward for Gozo. He gets there first, a foot race with Humphrey. Did he bring him down? Referee says yes. This is an important choice. Card is just yellow. I think Humphrey's more casual response to the yellow indicates that maybe he was slightly worried for a moment that it could be red, but would have been a very harsh ruling. Gozo was going away from goal, but technically the last defender. Let's see it again here. Don't think he gets a ton of the ball. It's a come in together shoulder to shoulder. I think at that instance, yellow card. Probably the right call, all things considered. Not quite the denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity, but definitely stopping the counterattack, and it results in a free kick. So 2/3 of the back three now for North Texas are on yellow cards, something for John Gall as well as the defense to watch out for, as the challenges will no doubt fly in as they look to hold their lead. Delivery into the box. It's kept in play. Fired across goal. It sits up kindly, and what a save with the left foot. Came through a crowd, fired quickly by Keller Storley, but Michael Collodi gets a left foot to it. Another look at this one. It just sits up perfectly for the right foot, comes through a crowd, and Collodi sorts his feet to make sure it doesn't go through his legs. It's a corner kick. Curled in to the back post, headed down, and Collodi gets his hands to it and nods it down. There will be a pause. Some subs to take place. Ahmet Korcha as well as Diego Pepe will be coming into the match. Both Turner Humphrey and Malachi Molina make way. Aiden Hertzakani will be coming out of the match as Real Monarchs make their first two changes in the match. Matthew Bell and Benny Redzik will be coming into the game. You see Redzik as well as Bell both coming on now here in the 66th minute. 2 subs made by Real Monarchs, 3 made by North Texas. Diego Pepe, Ahmet Korcha coming in for North Texas. Matthew Bell, Benny Redzik making his return to his former side, the Carrollton, Texas native. Made 6 sub appearances for FC Dallas in Major League Soccer. He played for North Texas both in the MLS Next Pro as well as in USL League One, or predominantly in League One. But Redzik, a product of the Academy and North Texas and Dallas systems, returning being brought in the offseason. Matthew Bell, also an offseason acquisition, the 16th overall pick in the Super Draft. Bit of a heavy touch, nearly taken over there by the recent sub Pepe. Speaking of Pepe, Diego Pepe coming into the match. Ricardo Pepe actually at the game as well. Former North Texas legend, you'll definitely call him that. 2021 MLS Young Player of the Year. Currently now plying his trade for PSV Eindhoven. He was at the match here today. See some friendly faces make his return. Tug of the shirt. It's a foul. North Texas free kick. Pepe. His challenge, a foul, according to Lorenzo Hernandez. Turn forward, trying to play through the press here. It's a good challenge put in. No, it's not. It's a foul. Always have to tell with those marginal ones where the contact begins, where it crosses the line from clean to foul. In that instance, not quite perfectly done so. Texas not with a full complement of players. Carl Sainty and Herbert Endley both started that match. Both appeared in that match, I should clarify, against Tampa Bay Rowdies. FC Dallas advancing in the U.S. Open Cup on Wednesday, so neither of those guys involved in the 20-man squad today. So some pretty big regulars for North Texas unavailable after some first-team contributions. Powering through the midfield. That challenge a step late from Pondeka, and that's going to result in a yellow card. His first, there was some question over if he had been booked earlier in the match, but that one is his first card of the match. A step slow there from Tomas Pondeka. The midfielder is booked. Just a free kick for Real Monarchs. It's clipped up, aiming it at the box, and it's just off. Great run in by Keller Storley, and he hits the side of the post. Nearly the equalizer from the captain. This portion of the match is brought to you by UT Southwestern Medical Center, the #1 hospital in Dallas, Fort Worth. Great header, just sprinting in, trying to put a challenge in. Again, Real Monarchs in the attack. Onto the right foot from distance, and it's just over the bar. Benny Redzik, he's a motivated man in this match. Trying to score against his former side. Patient build-up from Real Monarchs. Clipped over the top, just too heavy. Looked like it was a great run from Darren Iskandarian. He has the lone goal of the match for Real Monarchs. On the turn, played forward by Pedrinho. Slight stumble, bar in. That one just behind Gozo. Gozo takes over. Scott. I try and see this one out for the goal kick, but he just can't quite pull it off. It's kept in play, much to his frustration. Silva slides it into the box. Redzik keeps his composure and he fires it. It's a great save. Kolodi deals with it. Nico Gordon. Foul committed. Frustration there. The free kicks stopped on multiple occasions, but it is retaken. Moved out to Silva. Switch. It's a good ball. Iskandarian holds play up. Couldn't quite find the overlapping run of Alba. Now Silva. Bounces between a few players. Garcia. Hacked down, Pedrinho is. It's a free kick. Zach Farnsworth, he's on a yellow card, so he has to be careful. Pedrinho fouled out of play. They'll be able to get some quick attention. Over the top, trying to find the run. Barron, it just doesn't quite come off. Two more subs being prepped for North Texas, their final two of the match. Abdulzadeh and Nick Mendonca both being prepped to come into the game. Silva brings it down. There's a few coming forward in support now. Drives it onto the left foot towards the end line. He's forced back. Cuts it back. Redzik. Slipped forward. Bell. Some of his first touches since coming off the bench. Challenge put in by Westergrain, and it goes out of play. Throw in now. They'll hold the throw. It will allow the subs now to take place. It'll be Diego Garcia and Pedrinho who will be making way. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare. Energy for today, tomorrow, every day. Abdulzadeh, Nick Mendonca both coming on now here in the 78th minute. forward. Falling down under the challenge was Iskandarian. Referee rules it not to be a foul. Parker keeps it in play, and it's knocked out now by Iskandarian. Foul going against Real Monarchs. Early touches for Mendonca since coming onto the pitch. Mendonca was the lone change from last weekend's starting 11 in the win against Portland. So this is the group for North Texas to try and find this one out. It's misplayed. It's threaded through. Bell trying to find the angle, and it's sealed off brilliantly with a good challenge. Matthew Bell trying to put that one away and equalize. Just couldn't quite find the angle. Redzik. His pass blocked, but it continues to bounce along for him. Played forward, but it's knocked down. Silva pokes that one back. It's cleared forward. Second to that one, it's going to be a foul. And it's going to be a yellow card. Diego Pepe, a step slow there. He brings down Kaliskan, and it results in the yellow card. Elijah Paul and Zamar Sebastian Jaffe will be coming into the match. Look at the foul right here. Zach Farnsworth and Darren Iskandarian will both be making way as they make the subs just before the free kick is taken. Still waiting to come in is Elijah Paul. Farnsworth will make his way off the field. Jaffe can come on. It's Tommy Silva's left foot and will deliver this one forward. Dangerous delivery, and it falls on it. Colodi was begging for someone to get a second touch to it. It was dangerous, curling in, hard to deal with. In the end, just falling on it was Colodi. Pass scraped through. North Texas a little open here. It's threaded forward. Paul to try and chase it down off his line. Colodi falls on it. Brave goalkeeping to get there first. When these sides last met, it was Elijah Paul who scored in the 93rd minute to equalize, send it to a shootout which Real Monarchs eventually won. Elijah Paul looking for his first goal of the season. The last goal he scored was that goal back on August 12th, 2023 against North Texas. Great turn. A lot of jersey being pulled. And it is going to be a foul and a yellow card going against Keller Storley. He said ball or man can get past me, but not both. Storley finds himself in the pocket of Lorenzo Hernandez. Well, his name, that is. Zane fouled. Here's Bell. Fresh legs to the sub, trying to play that one forward. It's a greatly weighted pass. Trying to find that one across goal. Collodi blocks it and falls on it. Real Monarchs still continuing to threaten, but Michael Collodi continues to stay big, stay important. Scott puts his head to it. Monarchs throw in, taken quick. It's played back. Offside flag goes up. Elijah Paul hadn't quite gotten himself back in an onside position. Certainly a heavy challenge on the defender by Paul, but it wasn't ruled to be a foul. Pass blocked, one back, Real Monarchs. Bell just not quite able to get there in time. And the foul will be going against Redzik, knocking down Zane from behind. Final few moments of the match, we can begin to look ahead for these two sides. For North Texas, they'll hit the road, take on LAFC 2. For Real Monarchs, they'll be heading back home after 2 road matches in a row, taking on Austin FC 2. Bobby Pierre preparing to come on. He'll be doing so at the next stoppage in play. Another foul going against Real Monarchs. Real Monarchs will be taking on Austin FC 2 at home next time out. Those two sides, Austin and LAFC, playing right now. Very late on there. LAFC 2 look to have taken that one 2-1. Great start to the year for LAFC 2. As things stand, those two sides will be at the top of the table entering that match should results hold. Coming on now, Bobby Pierre coming on for Griffin Dillon. The final change made by Real Monarchs. Barron cushioned it down. Does push over his opponent from behind. It's a free kick. That does seem to be setting up a mouth-watering matchup between North Texas and LAFC 2. Two sides very strong starts to the year. Currently 22 points through 10 games. For North Texas, currently 21 if it holds for LAFC 2. 21 points through 10 games. Currently first and second in the West. That one taking place June 2nd. Nodded away. Important headed intervention from Parker. Moments away from finding out how much stoppage time we'll have at the end of our match. How much time Real Monarchs have to try and find the equalizer. How much more North Texas have to hold on. It will be 3 minutes of added time. Scott gets a toe into it. He tries one from way downtown, and it's just wide. He's already got the current match winner. He wanted to seal it with what would have been a spectacular effort. If it comes off, he's a hero. In the end, he gives it back to Real Monarchs. That's not far away. No chance Will Mackey can get back for that one. But here's Real Monarchs again in the attack. It slipped forward. Jaffe. Was he knocked down? It's clean, says the referee. Knew he was going to be fouled. Getting there first, Tomas Bondeka. Steps across Omar Alba. Brings down his opponent. It's a free kick, one that North Texas will be in no rush to take. They're moments away from sealing another 3 points this season. Alba becomes the 6th player booked for either side so far in today's match. We're halfway through the stoppage time. Had a few pauses, so we'll see if anything is added on beyond the 3. We'll see if Real Monarchs can try and dig out one last chance to try and find an equalizer. Here's Bell. Plays it up, Silva. Bell clipping one over the top. Collodi goes to try and get to it. He kept that in the box. Unorthodox, trying to scoop that one. He knew that it was rapidly running out of space inside his own 18, and he tosses it forward, finds a friendly face. Barron, and it last touched Jaffe, and it's going to be a throw in. Man, Collodi had to get that perfect to keep that one in the box so we could pick it up. Bell. Anywhere will do. It's just knocked upfield. Out for a throw in. The goalkeeper will assist in trying to get it recycled quickly. Seconds remaining. Redzik. Redzik against his former side, carrying it forward onto the right foot. It's played into the box. Did it hit a hand? It did. It was put off the post anyways, but the referee says it hit a hand in the box. Almost a chance in the dying moments for Real Monarchs, but it wasn't to be. All eyes on Lorenzo Hernandez. He says that's enough. North Texas keep on rolling, and they head to the top of the Western Conference. 5 wins now through 10 matches, 22 points. They took the lead twice today, and the second goal scorer of our game so far today, Tyrick Scott, got his 4th of the season, and he will be tonight's man of the match, presented by Adidas. Pedrinho scored the first. He slides it into Scott, gets it onto the right foot, and he makes no mistake about it, burying that one in the bottom left corner. Tyrick Scott makes it 2-1 and seals the 3 points for North Texas. They look ahead to a trip at LAFC 2. Real Monarchs head home to take on Austin FC 2. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Jack Edwards. Once again, our final score, North Texas 2, Real Monarchs 1. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Have a great rest of your Friday night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.